Dear viewers, welcome to a new episode that I end today's video. We will learn about Benin. Benin is a country in West Africa. The capital of Benin is Porto-Novo, and the largest city and economic center is Cotonou. Benin is bordered by Togo to the west, Nigeria to the east, and Burkina Faso and Niger to the north. To the south is the Gulf of Guinea, which is part of the Atlantic Ocean. Benin has an area of about 112,622 square kilometers. It is one of the smallest countries in the African continent. About 113 million people live in Benin. The official language of Benin is French. There are also some indigenous languages spoken here, such as Fon, Bariba, Dende, and Yoruba. Benin was part of the Kingdom of Dahomey. It existed from the 17th century to the end of the 19th century. The kingdom was widely known for its strength at that time. One of the strengths of their military power was their female warriors. They made great use of the Nai warriors, who were called the Amazons of Dahomey. Slavery was also widespread. In 1892, it became a French protectorate known as Dahomey. In 1960, Dahomey gained independence from France and became a republic. Like other countries, Benin experienced political turmoil after independence. Several coups were important. For example, in 1972, Matthew Karakou seized power through a military coup, and a Marxist-Leninist regime was established. His rule lasted until 1991, when democracy was established. Benin is currently a presidential republic. The country's last president is Patrice Talon. He was first elected in 2016 and is currently serving as president after being re-elected in 2021. Benin's legislature is the National Assembly. There are 83 seats. Each of their members is elected for a 4-year term. In recent years, Benin has been one of the most politically stable democracies in West Africa. Although there are concerns about political centralization under President Talon's administration, Benin is an agricultural country. Agriculture is a very important part of its economy. It produces cash crops such as cotton, maize, yams, cassava, and palm oil. The people of Benin raise cattle. Cotton is Benin's main export crop. Benin also exports cashews, palm oil, and peanuts. Benin mainly exports goods to India, Nigeria, and France. The country's industrial sector plays an important role in trade. Neighboring landlocked countries, such as Niger and Burkina Faso, also use the port. Although Benin's industrial sector is relatively underdeveloped, it produces food processing, textiles, and cement. Benin's service sector is growing, with communications, banking, and tourism industries. Benin is religiously diverse. It is a predominantly Christian country. Most Christians in the country are Roman Catholic and Protestant. Islam is predominant in the northern region of Benin. There is an indigenous religion here. This religion originated here. It is called Voodoo. It greatly influences the culture and spirituality of the region. Vodun is one of the main cultural events in Benin. It is celebrated every year in January. This culture is celebrated to honor the spirit of Vodun. Benin is culturally rich. There are several traditional musics, such as arranged rhythms, and Afrobeat and pop music are quite popular here. Benin has famous artists like Kidjo, who is widely respected all over the world. Among the tourist destinations in Benin, Ouidah and Ebmi are quite popular. Ouidah is known as the center of Vodun religion and was a very important port for the slave trade. The Ouidah Museum of History and the Route of Slaves Memorial are popular tourist destinations. Also, the Abami Palace and Museum, the ancient capital of the Shotomi Kingdom. There is a national park called Pantakari, which is included in UNESCO. It is home to elephants, lions, buffaloes, and various wildlife. In addition, there is a village in Ganbi, which is also called Venice. Benin's education system is quite underdeveloped. The literacy rate in this country is 42% for women and 65% for men. Benin initially has a free system. However, it is quite underdeveloped in rural areas. In recent years, special attention has been paid to education. Benin's roads are still underdeveloped outside the city. There is still much room for improvement in terms of infrastructure. In addition, the country's communications are very poor, mainly connecting Cotonou with neighboring countries. Benin's international airport is Cotonou-Kadioun. Deforestation is a major problem in Benin. Due to agricultural expansion and urbanization, deforestation is increasing day by day. Rising sea levels along the country's coastline due to climate change are very risky for rainfall and can be very bad for coastal communities. Benin is an economically underdeveloped country. Despite economic development in some sectors, poverty rates remain high, especially in rural areas. Corruption in Benin is also a national problem. Despite efforts to fight corruption, corruption remains in the government system. Benin's health sector is very vulnerable. Malaria, HIV, and the risk of maternal mortality are very widespread. Benin's health sector is underdeveloped, especially in rural areas. Benin is a country that loves sports. Football is one of the most popular sports in Benin. There are also other sports, such as bowling, handball, basketball, etc. Benin's football team is quite successful. In 2004, it participated in the Africa Cup of Nations. They reached the quarterfinals. Benin has produced many star players, such as Sessegnon, who played for PSG. Benin has one fundamental sport. This is wrestling, which the Beninese people locally call lutte traditional. It involves two wrestlers fighting with the aim of throwing each other to the ground. It is very popular in rural areas and has a wide influence. There are also sports such as archery and running during festivals. Benin is a very interesting country with a rich history, diverse culture, and some complex modern political and economic landscapes.